Cram, come here. You've been cheating on me.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have. You've been cheating on me.
What do you mean?
Explain this! I don't even know you anymore, man.
No, wait, come back!
It's 2016, and welcome to Week in Geek. I'm the Dark Knave with his henchman Cram, and this is our first episode of the year. We're very excited. We're going to have a lot to talk about today, but we're going to start off with a new segment for the new year, and it is called Cram's Corner.
So Mrs. Henchman Cram and I decided we needed to take a little bit of a vacation, so we decided to head down to Florida and check out the new offering from Disney that they have at their Hollywood studios called the Star Wars Launch Bay. Disney set up the Star Wars Launch Bay to give visitors something bigger than just Star Tours to come and see. They really needed to have something else for when The Force Awakens came out, especially considering that they're just breaking ground on the new Star Wars land in both California and Florida. Right off the bat, you can tell they're really trying to get both the hardcore fans and the casual fans, as they has lots of concept art in the lead-up queue to the Launch Bay. The Launch Bay Theater has a featurette film with the likes of J.J. Abrams, Rian Johnson, Kathleen Kennedy, all talking about their excitement working on the new Star Wars films, and it's really cool to see just how excited they are to really be working on this franchise. As you exit the theater, they have lots of displays with models and movie props set up to give more in-depth information for the more casual fans. The more hardcore fans will still be able to appreciate these as well, because the models are really detailed. As you work your way through to the other side of the launch bay, you'll find yourself in the meet and greet section. In the queue here, they have more lightsabers for you to look at in the display case, and it's pretty cool to see the little descriptions with each one of them. They have 2 character meet and greets with Chewbacca and Darth Vader. It was really cool to see how they interacted with us, because when I was wearing my X-Wing shirt and my wife was wearing her Darth Vader shirt, the characters reacted appropriately based on that, which was really cool. So like, Chewie gave me a big hug but wouldn't go anywhere near my wife, and Darth Vader said that her shirt was most impressive, while he accused me of being a rebel spy. Disney Chase credit card members also have their own meet and greet. For us, it was Darth Vader, so make sure you check that out because you may be able to get through the queue a lot faster than going through the regular queue that's available to everybody. There's also a cantina section where they're rumored to have more guest interactions. I was able to get my picture with a Jawa here who was also doing some trading with guests. It was really cool. They were just trading like little knickknacks back and forth, so you might trade the Jawa a pen and then they would give you like maybe some earbuds or something like that back. On the way out, of course, you have to go through the gift shop, where they have everything from lightsabers to highly detailed models to fully licensed outfits for Han Solo and Darth Vader. Either here or just outside, you may also get an opportunity to see some stormtroopers like we did. Last but not least, we did take a ride on the new Star Tours, which right now they're actually running the new sequence that takes place on Jakku for everybody all the way through March. While I can't show you any footage from that, I can show you the fact that I got to test out some new goggles, maybe to replace these ones. However, I'm sticking with these ones for right now. So all in all, I think it's a really good stopgap as far as for them needing something before Star Wars Land is in place. And it's definitely worth checking out if you find yourself down at Disney, either in Florida or in California.
What the hell was that?
Look at the software.
That was digital.
Yeah.
Use digital photography. Welcome back, Cram. The year of 2016 for films looks like it's going to be pretty robust for the Capes and Tights world. Geeks unite, it's going to be quite a ride. However, before we get into 2016, we need to mention that as of today, as we're filming this, it looks as though Star Wars: The Force Awakens has toppled Avatar as the #1 grossing film domestically of all time. Super good news for the Star Wars franchise. This thing hasn't even hit the Chinese markets yet, so we'll see how this thing does globally, because Avatar brought in $2 billion globally. I'm sure this is going to smash that, setting up quite the competition as Avatar 2 is in the works, as well as the subsequent Star Wars films. So kudos to the Star Wars universe. Super excited. Gonna see the movie again. I'm sure you will too. I'm sure many of you will. So big news on that front. Meanwhile, for movies this year, Deadpool's marketing team continues to rule the internet and TV. Ryan Reynolds is really embracing this role. He is chewing up scenery left and right. He is rumored to have stolen one of the suits from the set for his own personal collection, and it looks as though he's having a lot of fun with the role, and I'm super glad that Marvel has committed to the true character of Deadpool by making this a hard R, keeping the tongue-in-cheek humor, alluding to the fact that he knows he's a comic book character, which is great, and the movie itself looks like it's just going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and the fact that they're really they're really running with it, and they're letting Ryan Reynolds run with it, just shows that they're really tapped into the audience, and they're really, this one is really for the fans. Really
Agreed. And it's nice to see that they're going to give this character a second chance, since he was so incredibly butchered in the fantastically horrible Wolverine Origins movie, so kudos to them for that one. Big news from the Wonder Woman front. It looks as though her sneak peek is going to drop on January 19th. That's exciting news coming out of the Batman Superman film. And lastly, big news from Steven Spielberg, who has confirmed pretty much that Indiana Jones 5 is a go, with Harrison Ford returning as Indiana Jones. He's now gone on record pretty much saying that Harrison Ford will be the only person who ever plays Indiana Jones, so we don't need to worry about Shia LaBeouf ever taking the whip and hat. Thank God for that.
I'm all for it, as long as it's not Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Guys, it's the Swinging Monkeys.
Didn't mind the film. Wasn't fantastic. Didn't hate it though. For 2016, starting off the year with Deadpool in February, Batman vs. Superman in March, then there's going to be Captain America 3, Civil War in May. As we head into the summer, we'll have X-Men and Star Trek, and then we'll have Suicide Squad, and we'll end the year with Star Wars Rogue One and Doctor Strange, which is starting to look pretty cool. Benedict Cumberbatch really looks like he's enjoying the role. The costume is pretty loyal without being cartoonish with the giant cape. Art for the Sanctum Sanctorium and some of the astral plane stuff is looking really fantastic. And I'm glad, because they've been trying to get a Doctor Strange movie going since the 70s, and I'm pretty glad they didn't make one back then, because, those are all great movies. But it looks like it's going to be super exciting, and it's nice to see Marvel's mystical side of the house getting some love. So big year for 2016 for costume folk and capes and tights people, and I am super excited. We're going to check out all those movies, and we'll make sure we review them for you guys as we go along. My book of the week this week goes to Marvel's Uncanny X-Men #1. And I'm going to give you a review of that book in 30 seconds. Starting now. Uncanny X-Men #1 might as well be called X-Force again, because it's the same basic idea. It's the super violent team of X-Men who are willing to do the things the X-Men just aren't willing to do. It's led by Magneto, and it's nice to see Monet in a book again. Psylocke is in there again. Archangel's there, although once again he's a puppet. I wish they would just leave this character alone and let him develop into a new character. They did the same thing with Venom in the 90s. Used to drive me crazy. The reason it's my #1 book of the week is because I'm anxious to see where the storyline goes, not necessarily because it was such a fantastic #1, and I can't wait to see where they take it from here. Thanks for joining us for our first episode of 2016. Next week, Cram and I will be back for Week in Geek, and I'll have my first Rage Mode of the year.
As always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure that you subscribe to get the updates, and please share the video with anybody that you think may also enjoy them.
And once again, as always, we will have links to everything we talked about down below, and please feel free to leave any comments or questions you may have. Ready, Cram?
Yeah.
First 2016, Super Villain Freeze Frame!